It would if you can do that, absolutely. We see in many European countries, Germany is a perfect example, where the working age population is shrinking, and they need workers, and they've struggled to find workers to come into Germany. And now there's this opportunity, and the question is going to be over the next couple of years, can they integrate this influx of people? Do they have the skills needed to benefit the German economy, and can they become consumers and people who start businesses? And that remains to be seen, but there is certainly a possibility. But we're getting into this. You look at the polls in Germany in 2015, when the boy died on the coast in Turkey, Alan, remember, and he was on, and everybody, there was 80% of Germans said, yes, we welcome migrants, we support Chancellor Merkel and letting them come in. And then we had the situation in Paris in November. We had the situation in the city of Cologne where a bunch of women were assaulted by migrants in January. And now we look at the polls, and it's about 60% of Germans now want to stop the influx of migrants into the country. It's been a huge shift in just a few months because of these events that took place. So Germany's running, and Germany's the one I talk about because most of them have gone to Germany. I mean, Germany is the one they want to get to, Sweden to some degree, but it's Germany where most of the migrants want to get to. And there's this balance between, yes, there's a potential economic benefit if you can bring the right people in who want to work and want to learn the skills needed to benefit the German economy, and the ones who don't fit in society, aren't integrated, and this causes social tensions within Germany. And it's one thing, they're struggling with 1.1 million, but if they're talking about the numbers this year, and in the German government, I think they have a secret estimate of like 1.5 million expected just to come to Germany this year, and that's probably low. So how they manage that? You're right, there is a need for a demographic stimulus in Europe, but is this the right one? Can it be managed? And that remains to be seen. One of the problems in Europe is that people come in some countries, and it's being scaled back, but they would get benefits. The incentive, you come to the United States, you better work. If you're a migrant to the US, nobody's going to support you. You have to find a job, and that actually helps you integrate. I mean, migrants that come to the United States, they have to work, they find jobs, they integrate, and their kids are just like everybody else. But in Europe, we've seen it historically, migrants would come in, they'd be given a subsidy, they never worked, they lived off the state, and they never integrated then because they weren't mixed into a workforce. And that was a big problem. So now with these huge numbers coming in, it remains to be seen how they deal with it. It's a fascinating issue, and like I said, it's very visible. I mean, I'm in Europe a lot, and I've been in Germany a lot, and you see it's an incredible transformation.